Again, my name is Chris Ward. I'm the regional manager for the Denver metro area for LegalShield. We wanted to reach out to attorneys and paralegals to share with them what LegalShield is doing and how they can truly position themselves in front of two massive trends currently sweeping across North America. So a little bit about myself before we get into it. Just to let you know, I'm not an attorney myself. I have a background, U.S. Army. I served proudly for 11 years. Got out, started my own business, and that was when I was introduced to LegalShield, was as a business owner. And what I'm going to share with you are a few opportunities that we have with LegalShield today and what we can do for individuals, their families, and business owners as well. So you may or may not be familiar with LegalShield, but what I want to do is I want to cover who we are, what we do, and why so many people are taking a serious look at LegalShield right now. So as an attorney, you may or may not be familiar. It's funny, I do this presentation for a lot of attorneys, and I asked them, have you read the report on the future of legal services that was provided by the American Bar Association? It's in 2016, but as I go through this presentation, I want you to keep in mind what the commission had actually discovered. So here's what, I'm just going to go through these quickly, but and read this to you, but understand that despite sustained efforts to expand the public access to legal service, significant needs still persist. For number one, most people living in poverty and the majority of moderate income individuals do not receive the legal help they need. It's actually been recognized that right now, 90% of Americans simply cannot afford to pick up the phone and talk to an attorney. The public often does not obtain effective assistance with legal problems, either because of insufficient financial resources or a lack of knowledge about when legal problems exist that require resolution through legal representation. So as an attorney or a paralegal, you probably recognize that what do the majority of Americans do? They either try to handle the issue themselves or they ignore the problem. Number three, the vast number of unrepresented parties in a court adversely impacts all litigants, including those who have representation. Number four, many lawyers, especially recent law graduates, are or underemployed despite the significant unmet need for legal services. Number five, the traditional law practice business models constrains innovations that would provide greater access to and enhance the delivery of legal services. What is this saying is that we are ingrained in a way to practice law through years of law school, and so a lot of attorneys are just not open to other avenues to deliver legal services. So the legal profession's resistance to change actually hinders these additional innovations. Number seven, limited data has impeded efforts to identify and assess the most effective innovations in legal services delivery. So LegalShield is the pioneer of the legal service plan industry in North America. We're over 45 years old, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about the company. But since then, you'll see that we have a whole suite of other companies that have actually stepped up and created legal service plans. Our differentiators is that we have a proprietary network of law firms covering 50 states and 4 provinces in Canada. Our law firms are paid on a per capita basis, so the number of active memberships in their particular state or province or the area that they cover. We have the service quality is guaranteed by LegalShield provider law firms, and we have quality control system, including real-time monitoring, meaning that when our members call into their law firm, we know how many rings it took before they picked up the phone, and we know how long it took before the law firm found them an attorney that could answer their legal questions. We also, in a combination with our legal plan, offer a comprehensive identity theft restoration service through licensed investigators through Kroll, that's Kroll. And in our legal and identity theft plans, we also offer 24/7, 365 access in covered emergency situations. So these are true digital disruptors. Now, we've been around, as I mentioned, 45 years. We have an annual revenue of over $600 million, protecting 4 million lives across the USA and Canada. How many people are using our service? Well, we get about 2.1 million requests for legal assistance annually. And our headquartered office is in Ada, Oklahoma, where we house over 650 employees. With our ID Shield program, we have over 200,000 personal identity consultations. We've restored over 10,000 individual identities, and we're covering over 1 million lives. So in the state of Colorado, just to give you an example of the market penetration, is that less than 2% nationally actually have our plan. You'll see in Colorado alone, we have over 37,500. This is as of December 2017, with almost 4,000 small businesses covered. But look at the market potential. 1.9 million households, 142,000 companies with employees, and over 350,000 self-employed. So we haven't even scratched the surface as far as the opportunity is concerned. For the state of Colorado, our provider law firm is Riggs, Abney, Neal, Turpin, Orbison, and Lewis. They've been our provider law firm in Oklahoma and Colorado for about 40 years, covering a whole suite of legal services. Our law firms are held on a 90-day contract. But as I go through our services, you as my attorney, or if you're a paralegal or familiar with the legal industry, how much would you charge me if I came into your office and I asked you to provide me with these services? First thing is legal questions. What I want to do is I want to be able to call into your law firm. I want somebody to answer the phone every time I call. I'm going to give you 8 business hours to find an attorney that specializes in the area of law that I need to be able to answer my legal questions. How much would you as my attorney have to charge me, not on an hourly rate, but on a flat month-to-month fee? Now, typically I lose attorneys as soon as I say you have to pick up the phone every time I call. But it's not just legal advice. Now, legal advice is incredible, and we can answer legal questions nationwide. However, wouldn't you agree that sometimes you need a little legal muscle behind it? So we will actually not just give you advice, but they'll also, if the situation could be fixed by a letter or phone call, they'll write at least one letter, make one phone call on an unlimited number of subject matters. Now with traffic tickets, this is included in that monthly charge, so I hope you're keeping notes. Imagine if I were to get a ticket, that I take a photograph of it through my app, I zip it over to my law firm, and then you have a traffic attorney review that ticket, and if it's defensible, will go with me to court to represent me in the event of a moving traffic violation. How much would your law firm have to charge me on a monthly basis again to include this service? Will preparation. We already know that the majority of Americans do not have an up-to-date will and testament, even if they have one at all. So I want you as my law firm to find an estate planning attorney that's going to prepare my will, my living will, my healthcare power of attorney, my durable power of attorney. Again, all included in that flat monthly fee. So here it is. They fill out a quick will questionnaire. The other thing we offer our members is 24-hour emergency access. In the event that I'm being questioned, detained, or arrested, or Child Protective Services wants to talk to me or my children, I want to have an attorney on the phone within minutes to be able to help me out in a legal situation. So again, how much would you have to charge? Now that's going to conclude the first portion of our legal plan. But understand is that our membership comes with incredible benefits. Now this was largely reserved for our employee benefits sector in the past. However, they decided to open up our member perks for all members. So we actually educate our members on how they can save more money on with their member perks than they are actually spending on their legal and identity theft plan. So here's just some of the other benefits in a nutshell of all the services that we provide. We can't cover everybody for everything. So in the event of what we call did it to ourselves, that's bankruptcy, loan modification, foreclosure, DUI, you still have to retain the law firm, but however, they take 25% off of their standard hourly rates for those situations. Who's covered by the plan? It's not just you, the member, but your spouse or significant other. Any never married dependent children up to the age of 26 who are living at home, or full-time college students. Dependent children up to the age of 18 for whom the member is the legal guardian. And physically or mentally disabled children are covered for life in the household. So which one would you choose? You probably already recognize that I couldn't afford your services anyway. But you have to ask, would you rather pay $250 for 1 hour of one attorney's time, or as a member of LegalShield, have access to a network of top-rated law firms all across North America for about $1 a day? Well, if you chose B, to join LegalShield, then we can move on with our presentation. So as a business owner, or perhaps you have commercial clients if you're an attorney or paralegal, how many of your business owners have ever had to deal with the following situations? Hiring or firing employees, had issues collecting debt, been in a situation where they thought the advice of an attorney might be useful, been in a dispute with their vendor, or signed a contract or a document. All of them have. We recognize that nearly 60% of small business owners who've said they experienced a legal event in the past 2 years reported not hiring an attorney to help them, citing high costs as the reason. Owners reported spending on average $7,600 in legal expenses within a year, with 20% saying they spend 10% or more a year per legal help. You know, the reality is that just like an athlete is one injury away from the end of a career, a business owner is one major lawsuit away from having to close their doors forever. So we actually have comprehensive legal plans for business owners based on the size of their company and what their legal needs are. So if your commercial clients have 10 or fewer employees, we have a $39 legal plan. If your business owner has 50 or fewer employees, we have an $89 plan. If your business owner has 100 or fewer employees, it's $149. Now, this only protects the business. And a business can have 10 or fewer employees and still upgrade for the $89 plan. It all depends on what their legal needs are. Go small business. So we actually have a supplement to our legal plans for the business plans, where business owners can actually get access to unlimited business consultation. There are other online tools that are available to them, including a do-it-yourself website builder, digital marketing dashboard. They can get on a business directory. We have the HR document builder. So all kinds of resources that fall outside of the scope of legal services, but can still significantly add value to the business owner. We also offer our services as an employee benefit, as I had mentioned. So you can see that we actually have different rates. So our legal plan by itself is $24.95 a month. However, in our group rating, we have $23.95, and for large groups, it's only $20.95. So you can see that we have our different plans there. But the need is actually out there. Before we were owned by a private equity firm out of New York called Mid-Ocean Partners, and they wanted to see exactly how many people would participate with LegalShield if they just knew about it. So they ran this survey called the Legal Needs of American Families. It was a commissioned study done by Decision Analyst Incorporated, and here's what they found out: that 93% of respondents believe attorneys charge too much. 76% of respondents said that they were hesitant to call a lawyer, and 9 out of 10 respondents said that if legal services were more affordable, they would seek legal advice. Now, I want you to put your business hat on for this next portion. Understand that the market is ready. 90% of Americans said they do not have any form of legal insurance or legal protection service. 2/3 of the Americans said that they had never even heard of such a thing as legal service plans. But more than 60% reported that they would be interested in purchasing legal protection, and 15% said that if this existed, they would buy it today. So very incredible. And timing is really the key. You understand that all the major insurance industry divisions have already reached saturation. In most metropolitan areas, you can't throw a rock without hitting somebody that's selling insurance. However, legal and identity theft services are completely untapped. So our opportunity is unique because we have different arenas in which somebody can enter into the opportunity. I had mentioned we have employee benefits, we have our business plans, we have our identity theft plans, but we also have specialty plans for our commercial drivers, for our gun owners, and so on and so forth. So how do we make money? It's actually word of mouth marketing and team building. So I'm going to talk about when you go out and you share this plan with somebody, you can earn a 12-month advanced commission when somebody enrolls as a LegalShield member, earning anywhere between $60 and $280 in an upfront advanced commission based on every combination legal and identity theft plan you sell. Now you might be saying, well, I'm an attorney. Why would I refer this out if I can handle it myself? Well, that's just it. A majority of attorneys tell me that they get a lot of calls in which the person either can't afford their services or the legal needs that that person has falls outside of the area of practice of that in particular attorney. So they either refer them or they just let them go. Why not keep that individual as a client, even if they can't afford your services, providing legal services at the time? At least you can bring them in as a client under LegalShield and then help them out whenever you can actually serve their particular legal need. So very incredible referral bonuses just from this, all right? That's just on the legal plan. If you have commercial clients, this is for the small business 50, so this is the clients that have 50 or fewer employees. When you refer them out, you earn anywhere between $171 up to $478 in upfront 12-month advanced commission off of every plan that you refer that signs up for the plan. Now, how does this go? If you see the numbers that they grow on the left-hand side, so from associate to senior associate, why is that 6 there? That means that once you've referred 6 people that sign up for the Small Business 50, you now reach the senior associate position, so we've increased your commission. At the rate of manager, once you've hit 15 sales on that 16th referral that signs up for the plan, you're going to earn $239. So it grows consecutively after that. But the reason why a lot of attorneys love to get involved with LegalShield is because of the long-term passive residual income. Now, there may come that day where you're just tired of practicing law. However, a lot of us want to quit working one day, but we don't want the income to stop. So why not build up a long-term passive residual income? So I mentioned that all those commissions you're going to get 12 months advance. So on that 13th, 14th, 15th month, year after year for the lifetime of the membership, you're going to continue to earn a monthly residual income, not just on all the memberships that you write, but all the memberships that your team may write if you decide to put yourself in a broker seat and we can recruit and develop new sales agents to go out and sell on your behalf. So we have a $99 startup fee. In 13 states, there are licensing requirements, so you may have to refer back to the person that introduced you to this video or contact me directly. Again, my name is Chris Ward. $99 to start up. You're going to get an associate kit. You're going to get a comprehensive training program, an onboarding program. You're going to have access to support because we know that you're an attorney and you want to practice law, but you don't want to take on a sales position. So what we have is we actually have associates that work in a support scale where you can actually refer people to them. They will answer their questions. They will take them through the sales process. But when that new person signs up as a member, you're the one that's going to get paid for it. So we have hundreds of attorneys nationwide who are already selling LegalShield. Mr. John Gardner, he said prior to becoming involved with LegalShield, John Gardner practiced law in South Carolina for 25 years and had 6 offices spread over the eastern half of the state. He spent 8 years as a member of the South Carolina General Assembly and was elected by his peers to serve 4 years as one of the state highway commissioners. Now one of our millionaire income earners with LegalShield. Tiffany Sullivan said, as a 14-year practicing attorney, she believed the greatest struggle she was facing was trying to assist people who have true legal needs but little or no ability to pay a lawyer's fees. At least half the people who sought to hire me did not have the money to do so. Currently, Mr. Jerry Cohen, good friend of mine out of Los Angeles, is an entertainment lawyer specializing in the music industry in Los Angeles. While working his LegalShield business and practicing music law, each on a part-time basis, he's now built up a passive residual income that exceeds 6 figures. He's one of our Millionaire Club members, which means he's generated over $1 million in income throughout his tenure with LegalShield, and now it gives him more time to spend exploring his passions and traveling the world. So attorneys absolutely love what we do. We complement what they're already doing. We do not compete with what they're already doing. So here are some action steps. If you're not a member of LegalShield right now, I would say kick the tires on it. It's funny that the very attorney that I had hired when I started my video production company and jazz record label, I took him LegalShield and shared it with him, and he signed up for it to protect himself and his business. So that was a true indicator for me. As you see, Derek Bach here, the former president of the Harvard University and dean of Harvard Law, says there's far too much law for those who can't afford it and far too little for those who cannot. LegalShield, I believe, truly answers that question. So become a member. Again, the family plan is only $24.95. It's month to month, so you can kick the tires, get your will updated, even if you haven't updated it yet, or if you have some legal situations or questions about protecting your business. The second is become a referral partner. For $99, you can position yourself in an equity position where, again, you can generate anywhere between $60 and $180 every time you refer these services to somebody who signs up as a member. But if you're somebody that says, listen, I think this is truly a great plan B, a way to generate a long-term passive residual income stream, well, we suggest get trained. We have online and offline training to actually show you how to effectively approach and present and refer new members to LegalShield, in which you can generate a significant income over the course of the next 5, 10, 15 years. So I want to thank you all very much for taking the time to learn a little bit more about LegalShield. I didn't dive too much into our identity theft product, but if that's something that you have questions about, definitely get back to us. Again, my name is Chris Ward. If you have any questions, reach out and share with, ask anything that you need to answer, and we hope that one day soon you'll be one of our referral partners in LegalShield. So thank you very much.